guys, today we are going to be doing a movie review for Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Demon Slayer Mugen Train it's an anime movie that is the sequel to the first season of Demon Slayer. So in its own way, it's a part of the show, but they decided to deliver it in movie form as opposed to individual episodes that create a whole season, which I appreciated. We waited a long time.
Motherfucker,
to get that content, and it was kind of nice to get it all at once as opposed to 24 minutes at a time once every 1 to 2 weeks. So quick facts about this movie. The studio that I'm assuming produced this movie, created the animation scenes and so forth, is Studio Ufotable, and they worked alongside with Aniplex Inc. For those of you who don't know, Aniplex is also involved in the planning, producing, and distribution of other anime series such as Sword Art Online, Full Metal Alchemist, and so forth. I think also A Promise to Netherland. They're a part of a lot of great projects, and Aniplex is owned by SONY. Guys, SONY, thank God for them. I really appreciate the work that they put forth. They must really enjoy their jobs, because between movies and game consoles such as PlayStation and animes, they really just put out a lot of great stuff. So thank you to Sony for that. This movie was directed by, I'm probably going to butcher the name, but Hayu Sotozaki. I'm not very familiar with him. I'm not sure what other content he's done. I'm sure if I researched it, I could find out, but I'm trying to put this out quickly for you guys. But the movie was great, so as a director, he did an amazing job. One character that I want to point out, both in the beginning of this and in the end of this, is he's one of the pillars, which the pillars, their name starts with a H, but basically they're the elite Demon Slayer core swordsman, Rengoku. Rengoku is the fire. His spirituality, or his energy and power, is fire. And I mean, God, guys, this guy was so cool. And the crazy part is that a lot of companies have been doing this marketing. They've been putting out memorabilia and items, merchandise of characters that we don't know yet. Like, I saw Rengoku merchandise like maybe 2 years before we really got to see him in action in this movie. So even though he looked cool, I thought to myself, well, I don't know if I should buy this merchandise because I don't know if I would like his character or not. I could see why they were pushing him as they were in more than one way. I mean, when he does his attacks and his powers, it just makes you fall in love with his fighting style. But again, even him as a character, as a person, I'll get more into that towards the end. So quickly, to get into the movie, they end up entering a train. Rengoku apparently was already aboard the train, but then they kind of find out that they were directed to go on this train because they needed to help Rengoku. I guess there were reports that people were disappearing from the train, and there was suspicion that a demon was behind it. So they boarded this train in order to figure it out. Which, of course, that makes up the movie, and they most certainly did. But it even escalates further into something that they weren't expecting. It's just the build-up and the suspense and even the climax was just really fulfilling. Me personally, I'm a really big action guy, so I'm always up for a little bit more action. I felt like there was a good balance. There was a good balance of action to dialogue. Tanjiro was the same character. He's a very likable guy who always tries to do the right thing, and Tanjiro is always a likable character. Zenitsu, I really wish they would have did a little bit more. Prior to this movie, Zenitsu was definitely like one of my top favorite characters from the show. I mean, he still is, but I really wish they would have did a little bit more with him. But, maybe they're saving that mystery and what he's fully capable of for later parts. I will say, honestly, man, I've never really been a super big fan of Inosuke. I feel like Inosuke is just one of those parody characters where they really just throw him in there for, comedy and stuff like that. But honestly, his demeanor, and how hyper and aggressive he is, it just kind of gets exhausting for me sometimes to watch. Sometimes, it's good that they sprinkle that in there, but I feel like sometimes he's just a little too overboard. He does have a few moments, especially towards the end in this movie, where he does some things that is laughable and like, okay, Nosuke was cool, and then Nezuko. Nezuko, she was really cool, man. I really like her character. I love how sweet she is, but how dangerous she is. I really, really like her character, and I think they did her a lot of justice in this as well. This is a spoiler-free review, so I don't want to get too much into the details. The characters and the voice actors were all good. Once again, getting back to Rengoku, it looks like the English voice actor for Rengoku was a gentleman by the name of Mark Whitten. Give him some credit because he did an amazing job, man. One of the best things about Rengoku is his personality. This guy is so positive, and he's just always do the right thing no matter what. I'm gonna do good by my man.
Hey, what was that?
It was very emotional, the scene. And he wanted to do right by his mom. In this show, quite a few of the characters had parents that passed away from illnesses when they were still kind of at a young age. And, his this is kind of a spoiler, so I do apologize for this, but Rengoku has a mother. His mother passed away at an early age of his from some kind of illness, but he really admired his mom and he loved his mom. And, oh, dude, I'm about to cry.
Oh, damn! Come on, dog. I'm with you. You might want to man that up a little bit, though, right there. That is.
He admired his mom and he loved his mom, and he had to watch her. He had to watch her die. So it seems like what they paint is throughout his life, he tries to live his life in a very honorable manner so he can honor his mom and how she wanted him to carry himself. And his mom said, since you're strong, you have to use your strength to protect people that are not as strong as you. And I think that's why he became a part of the Demon Slayer Corps.
No, man, but you got to keep going. What am I going to do, quit? That's not an option. You got to keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it? You make it work for you. You never give up, man. That's my philosophy.
But, yeah, man. He was just so positive, and again, he was a very honorable character. So you have no choice but to like him, man. He was just a really cool character, and I mean, again, his skill set was amazing. There was one thing I did not like is once he's man, without getting into spoilers, once he kind of came up against an opponent that was kind of on the same level as him. Instead of breaking out new skills, they kind of showed him just repeating the skills they showed throughout the movie. And I really didn't like that. I feel like, if you're going to be one of the elite in the Demon Slayer Corps, I think they should have just given him a more of a variety of skills and moves that he could have showcased in their fight. So I wasn't a big fan of like the reuse. And when they showed him reuse it, it just really dropped the what do you call it? It really dropped the momentum for him. And for me watching the movie, I was like, oh, he's using the same moves. Like, okay. I thought he was that, I thought he was the shit. But, he used maybe like 5 or 6 moves, and now he's repeating them because he's only got one move left that's like the big Hail Mary, and he's waiting to use it or whatever. So I thought they could have given him more of a variety of moves, but it was an amazing movie. I loved it. As soon as it comes out on DVD, probably no matter what the price is, I'm gonna pay for it because I have to have it in my collection. So now this brings us to, what would I rate the movie? Based off of my review, I think you guys can probably guess the range I'm going to put this in. Demon Slayer Mugen Train, it was phenomenal. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, a 9 out of 10. Because of the few flaws that I named, maybe a little bit more action to balance out the dialogue, a little bit more of a variety of moves for that top guy Rengoku. But other than those few things, man, again, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It made me cry. When you can wow me with action, give me a great story, and make me cry, I mean, you know, like, you got me, bro. You got me. So, yeah, that's my review of Demon Slayer Mugen Train. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's on Funimation. That's where I saw it. As long as you have a subscription, I think it's free. I'm very confident I watched it in English. I can't believe I forgot whether I watched it in English or not. But if you haven't seen it, man, definitely watch it. If you're a fan of anime, especially Demon Slayer specifically, you've got to see this movie. It was really good. So that is all for today. If you like this video and you definitely want to see more of what I put out, please press the like button. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so when I put it out, you'll get notified immediately. Guys, I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy doing YouTube and talking about movies and anime and stuff like that. And
yes! That's awesome!
The more subscribers I get, the more my channel will grow, and hopefully I can get to a point to where this can be my full-time job and I could just put out content for you guys all the time. You know, that would be my goal, and almost kind of like my dream at this point. So as weird as that may sound, but yeah, please subscribe if you like this, okay? I'll see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great day, and stay safe out there. The world is pretty crazy right now. All right, bye guys.